Today I'm going to make cinnamon Christmas tree ornaments. I saw a couple of videos on these and then I went online and looked up a recipe, and I thought, well, let's just try it together and see what happens. So what I have is, I just have a glass bowl. I have cinnamon, Elmer's glue, applesauce, a straw, a measuring cup. This is what I'm using as my tablespoon, and then some parchment paper. And oh, and I don't have a rolling pin, so I'm just going to use this water bottle to roll my dough out. So let's get started. This calls for 1 cup of cinnamon. Actually, I can probably just put them aside. So I'm going to pour in 1 cup of cinnamon. And this measuring cup actually has the measurements inside. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost at 1 cup. A little bit more. Okay. 1 cup of cinnamon. I'm going to put that in our bowl. And then it calls for 3/4 cup of applesauce. And I'm just using off-brand applesauce. Or I mean store brand, not off-brand. I'm using the store brand. Okay. Also, I have preheated my oven to around 200 degrees. I know a previous video I was making the potpourri and I said my oven didn't have a 200 degree or 150 degree setting. I can't remember what it was. But I have discovered since then that as long as I don't turn it up to the first number, then I can cook at a lower temperature. So I think I have it set right around 200 degrees. Because these are going to have to bake for around 2.5 hours. So we're going to add our applesauce. Let me get that stirred up a little bit. This smells so wonderful. Okay, and then it calls for 2 tablespoons of Elmer's glue. So I imagine this is the binding agent. 1, I'm making a mess. 2, that might be a little bit more, but that poured out a little faster than I anticipated. Let's set that aside. Okay, and I'm supposed to stir this, and then it said, I guess after I stir it up, I'm supposed to just use my hands to form it into a ball. So that is what I'll be doing. Also in the instructions it said that if it feels too wet, you can add more cinnamon. If it feels too dry, add a little bit more applesauce. Hopefully, I'm hoping this will be right the first time around. So this, I think, might be just a little bit, maybe a little bit too wet. I'm not really sure. I've never made these before. Oh, looks like a brownie. I'm debating on whether I want to add more cinnamon or not. Maybe I'll add just a little bit. Make a little bowl out of it. Okay, not too much. It'll be easier to use my hands. Okay, that feels a lot better. So what we want to do is we want to form this into a ball. And we want to put it, sorry, I'm messy doing this kind of stuff. We want to put it on our parchment paper. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, I do remember now it said to dust your surface with a little bit of cinnamon. So let's do that. Not that it would stick to the parchment paper, but just in case. We'll just dust it. Kind of rub that around. Okay. Now we have our dough in a ball. So we're going to put that there. Let me set this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of flatten it out a little bit first. And then I'm going to try, since I don't have a rolling pin and I'm using this water bottle, I'm going to put parchment paper over the top of the dough as well. And see if that'll help. So I'm going to flatten this out. This will also tell me if I need, well, I think we'll be okay without the cinnamon on top. And it said to roll it out to around 1/4 of an inch. I really need to invest in another rolling pin. Let me take this off and see what we're looking at. Let's see. That actually might be pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this will just smooth out the lines from my parchment paper. Might be a little bit thicker in the middle here. Let me get that worked out. We don't want it too thin because we don't want them cracking. I hope my dough is dry enough. It still feels pretty wet now that I've got it rolled out. Okay, that is looking pretty good. Hopefully this will work. Before I cut it, I'm going to put parchment paper on my baking sheet. Since we're cooking at a low temperature, then I don't have to worry about it sticking to my pan that way. So I just want to have this over here and ready. And get my cookie cutters. And these are just cookie cutters from the dollar store. I'm going to start with an angel. And press. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so we have an angel. I want to do a Christmas tree. Do that one over here. Well, I really hope I don't mess these up pulling the dough away from them, because if I don't, I think they're going to be really cute. Oh, well. Okay. Be careful. If you're using the plastic one, the metal ones would probably work better, but I just saw these the other day for, actually, well, these are from a dollar store, but they were at a bin store, so I think I paid 12 or 13 cents for a bag of these. And I just picked out the ones that I wanted to use. I have a little gingerbread man. Use him over here maybe. And these want to stick a little bit. I'm wondering if these were dusted with cinnamon, if that would help. I don't really know. I actually don't use cookie cutters really, so I'm not that used to working with them. And I have a snowman. I'm gonna go ahead and try the snowman, but he is a little misshapen at the bottom. I'm just gonna try to mold him back into shape with my fingers. So I'll just try him over here. There we go. Okay. And then I think I want to do another angel if I can fit her in. I sure hope these turn out. And then I guess I don't have enough room for another one, so this is going to be it. Whew, let's hope that that comes apart easily without messing up our thing. Well, actually, I might be able to make a couple more with the excess dough if I just, you know, put it in a ball again. Okay. This is actually working better than I thought it was going to. Oh, goodness. And if you like the smell of cinnamon, these smell so good. I love cinnamon. Well, it looks like I might end up even with possibly even 3 more. Well, I want to carefully pick him up. And I'm going to put him on here before I put my holes in for our string. That's because I don't want to mess them up. Oh, I'm sorry, my pan is probably mostly out of the view of the camera. I'll show them to you though on the pan. Okay, so if you can see the snowman, he's a little bit misshapen, so I'm just going to just kind of push him back into a round shape, and then he'll be fine. Okay, that worked. So let's put him on the pan. Oh, let me do him a little bit more. There we go. Now he's nice and round. So this is what I have, my pan with my parchment paper. And these laid out, they're looking so cute. And then I want to go ahead and form my dough that's left into a ball so I can make a few more of these. And I think I'm going to roll without the parchment paper because that seemed to work okay. And as far as this water bottle goes, I just happened to have this on hand. I was looking around the house to see what could I use that was going to be smooth for me to roll out my dough, since I didn't have a rolling pin. And I actually craft that way quite a bit. I just look around to see for crafts, hacks, any of that stuff. I look around the house first to see if there's something I can use before I buy anything. Okay, so let's see, we have 2 angels. I think I want another gingerbread man just because he is so cute. Okay, let's get us a gingerbread man over here. And another Christmas tree. I'm trying to decide, am I going to get 3? I don't know if I'm going to get, I may only get 2. I think I'm just going to try for 2 instead of trying to squeeze 3 of them on here. And then I may still be able to form the rest of the dough in a ball and get one more out of that. That one wants to stick. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this away. Whoops, I did that a little too fast. Okay, take your time, and there we go. Yeah, the slower I go, the neater it is around the edge. I mean, not that they have to be perfectly neat. I'm not worried about that. These are homemade ornaments, and I like the character that we're going to get from these. Get in there. There's a little bit too much excess right there. There we go. And I mean, if you want, you can dab around the edge. Let's see, him right there. And get our tree on here. See, that might be a little bit in there. I might knock that off. There we go. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I can get one more out of this. And I actually really like the angels, so I might even be able to get 2. We're going to shoot for 2. Okay, there's one angel, and I guess I'll go ahead and do one more snowman. That way we'll have 2 of those. This is like the dough that keeps on giving. I may have to shift some of these around so I have room to put them on my pan. I think I will have to do that. Let me move these over. I can't believe how easy this is, too. I hope they bake up nicely without cracking. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 1 or 2 more out of the dough that's left over after this too. There we go. Whoops. Take my hair. Let me shape him on here. I don't know what I was thinking just then. He needs to be shaped on a hard surface. The angel on my pan. And let's see what we can get out of this. It's either going to be 1 or 2 more. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 1, as to avoid making it too thin. And let's do 1 more Christmas tree. So I'm really surprised. That gave us 10 ornaments just out of this 1 batch. So that's really good. I thought I was only going to get about 6. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is enough for 1 more, but I'll try. And actually, I think it is. Let's do another gingerbread man. Now after this, I know there won't be enough for another one, but this is making 11 ornaments. So we are so close. Well, let me push that through a little more. There we go. We are so close to a dozen. 1 shy of a dozen. I am happy with that. Oh, careful. Okay, let me shift some of these around just a little bit more so we can fit him in. Maybe turn that one sideways. Turn this one sideways, and I think he'll fit right there. Okay, let me move this out of the way so I can show you what we're going to do with our straw. So, aren't those so cute? Those are so cute. Now I just happen to have a straw. Hopefully this works well. Since I've never done this before, I'm just going to put a hole there. Oh, that worked. Let's see if we can get this out of the straw. Yeah, we sure can. Okay, so let me just set this here. And I'm trying not to get too close to the edge because, you know, of course we don't want anything to crack or break. And then I'm just lightly twisting like this, just a little bit. So if these bake up nicely, then I'm going to come back after they've baked and cooled, and I'm going to attempt to use some puff paint on them in hopes to make them look more like cookies. It's been just about 2.5 hours and I've already turned the oven off, so we're gonna open this up and see what we've got. Oh, this looks so good. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy and so excited about these. I hope I don't ruin them whenever I put my puff paint on. So I'm going to let these cool and then I will come back and we will puff paint together. Now that our ornaments are out of the oven and they're cool, look how cute they are. They're so cute, very lightweight. I had some puff paint in my craft stuff. I'm pretty sure it's still good. I've had it for a long time though, so I'm going to check it real quick on this paper plate. And if it's good, then I'm going to see if I'm steady enough to go ahead and decorate one of these to look more like a cookie. Okay, it looks like it's good. So I think, since I have 3 Christmas trees, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these. Let me move this out of the way. Move this over so you can see. And I am just going to, actually I'm going to start up here. I'm just going to outline these. Now, whenever you're using puff paint, I believe it takes 12 hours to dry. Oh, I'm not as good at this as I used to be. It's been a long time since I've used puff paint. Okay. It is a little bit workable with the tip of your paint, so that's actually helpful. But I want to just outline the entire tree. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, this is a handmade ornament. I'm kind of a perfectionist though when it comes to some things. So I just have to learn to get over that. And if you're a perfectionist, sometimes it's best just to make something with some imperfections, because that pretty much sums up life and humanity. Okay, well, let me do this side over here. Try not to mess this up. Hold it carefully if I can. There we go. Some of you ladies will understand, the older we get, the less steady our hands are, and that can cause problems when we're doing some tedious work. And I don't know if you can hear that whining or not, but that's my dog. And he's whining because he thinks I have food. It's not for you, baby. But I don't blame you, because they do smell delicious. I just wouldn't advise eating them because they have Elmer's glue in them. Oh, he also is missing his chair because my son is using the other chair and he likes to sit in the chair with me. I know, baby, you're gonna have to hold on. Okay, that's actually not bad for a start. So there it is. Let me see if I can pick it up and get it closer to the camera so you can see it. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to outline all of these, and then I'm going to come back and put some of this twine on them, and then I will show you what they look like. Okay, I got the borders of all of them painted. I put some little buttons on the gingerbread men and on the snowmen, and my angel had a little accident with the paint, so I went ahead and just painted this one white. And then it got me thinking that I might want to do another batch of these and make them white and gold, because I have both of those colors of paint. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just taking some jute twine and I'm going to string the ornaments with it by just pulling it through and knotting it. And as I was thinking about putting the strings on, I started thinking, I don't have any, but these would look really cute if you wanted to add you know, maybe a little bell or some little holly leaves or something like that, just to make them a little fancier. So after I do this, then I will show you what they all look like, and I will hang some on the tree and let you see what that looks like too.